Anyway. All right, now, from bailout to busted, everyone knows that union pensions were saved while non-union workers got the raw end of the deal in the auto bailout. But today a report from the Inspector General of the Treasury Department shows it might have been more murky than that the administration may have been the one calling the shots all along. Chuck Cunningham, not at all surprised. Chuck was one of the Delphi workers who lost 40% of his pension. He's suing to get it back. This is weird because if that's so, we knew the administration was kind of orchestrating a lot of the changes to fix the auto industry. That was its goal at the time. But it overtook contract law and even how you go about this process in so doing. So guys like you got burned, right?
Well, exactly. We had over 20,000 retirees and soon-to-be retirees who had pension reductions of between 30 and 70%. So, yeah, we've been fighting this in a lawsuit now for over 3 years. And the Special Inspector General's report validates everything we've been saying and actually repudiates everything that the Treasury Department has put forward over these last 3 years, including it repudiates testimony before a House committee by former members of the Auto Task Force. So this is a big thing for us, Neil.
All right, now, you are alleging, what, that there was sort of a cabal-type effort to get you guys? Because the administration and people say at the time when they were trying to rescue the industry and save it, that there was nothing untoward going on, that it was a rush to deal with a fire that was out of control. You say what?
Well, what we say is that, you know, what happened was just not correct. I mean, if you look at this, in that report, you see that even the Treasury officials said that they made determinations on who got topped off in their pensions and who didn't based upon leverage or based upon commercial decisions. And
so it wasn't based upon that. Normally it's based upon, you know, who has what or how much, and just it's an even-steven type of percentage. You're saying that they were playing fast and loose with the rules.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, including, we believe, coercion of the PBGC to accept things that the PBGC would never have accepted.
That's the Pension Benefit Guarantee Corporation, the sort of backstop when pensions are shut down, it takes over, and usually a penny's on the dollar. I do want to get this opportunity that we tried to reach out to the Treasury Department today, react to this. They did give us a statement, and I quote here, while the bankruptcies of GM and Delphi have required painful sacrifices from all stakeholders, this administration, as well as the prior administration, made the right choice to support the American auto industry. The actions taken brought needed stability to the auto industry and helped save more than 1 million American jobs. More or less saying, I think, the ends justify the means. What do you think?
Well, I mean, if that's what they want to say, we would disagree. The government doesn't have a right to say the ends justify the means. They have the responsibility to treat citizens on an equal basis. They can't make determinations based on union affiliations or things like that. That's wrong. And it's also wrong for the Treasury to intervene between the PBGC and the companies that held the pensions and call the shots there. That should have been the PBGC's call and theirs only. Think about it. Who's on the board of the PBGC? The Treasury Secretary, the Commerce Secretary, and the Labor Secretary. And who was the chief lender? The Treasury Secretary. And who headed the Auto Task Force? The Treasury Secretary. It sure looks funny to me.
Well, we're going to follow it very closely, Chuck. You're a decent guy, a good guy. You worked a long time. And something happened in the end where you got reamed here. But we're going to follow it, Chuck. Thank you very, very much.